top of the morning to you. My name is Meritza Hakmat, and today I have the pleasure of sitting down and chatting with two wonderful, wonderful ladies. Let me just give you the name, Happiness Infusion. Yes, that is a workshop that is upcoming on the 29th of May, where these two ladies will be giving valuable information to corporate leaders. The first one that is here closest to me this morning, her name is Carla Martina. She's a business and life coach. And secondly, we're going to be talking to Nancy Norisca Rodriguez Pereira. She's a happiness coach, and both of them are aptly tuned in to all of the details and everything that regards corporate training. Ladies, happy day to both of you. And this is such a great opportunity for us to spread the word about happiness. You guys have something great coming up. But before we get into that, let's talk about happiness. What is happiness? Because everybody has their interpretation, their idea. I'm going to start with you, Carla, because you're closest to me. So tell us, give us both of your takes. I want both of your takes on happiness. What is happiness?
Okay, thank you so much, Maritza. Good morning, everyone. Good day, everyone. Happiness, for me, happiness is a style of living. It's a lifestyle. It's not something that you are pursuing, but it's just living happily. And my vision on happiness is that every single person on this planet has the right to know that when you live happily, make it a style of living, you can achieve so much more in life. You can achieve your purpose, your objectives, and that is why it's so important. Mm-hmm. That is why we are stressing the importance for people to know what the value of happiness is, what it actually brings to them in their lives. Yes. Nancy?
Such a pleasure to be here with you and Carla and to be able to share what happiness is. For me, happiness is a birthright of each one of us. And happiness is the choice, the decision to take away from your life everything that's robbing of your peace. And to understand that we can be hustling and doing and achieving and going for goals, but it is in those moments of rest within that we find the true happiness. Because happiness is an experience from within. It's where your nature and your true self are just in tuned and attuned to the self. And so if you ask me, happiness is, for most that don't understand it yet, a feeling, but it's a true nature experience of becoming attuned with yourself.
Now, some people would say, well, I think I have a pretty good idea how to be happy. Why workshop on happiness? Because this is what you guys do. You guys are expert on happiness and that balance that every day we're trying to achieve. Some of us get through and some of us need help. So that's why happiness workshops, and most people don't understand why they would need to go to a workshop, attend a workshop to do that. Because if I have a toothache, I go to a dentist. If I'm feeling ill, I need my hair done, for example, I go to a hairdresser. That could give you some happiness sometimes if it's done right. If it's done right, because if your hair is set, you're woo on top of the world. But again, those things are temporary. And so why put it into a workshop to help more people than one at a time? Let me start with you, Nancy. I know it's probably a loaded question, but
it's important to understand that everything starts with the understanding and the awareness. And it has been like a taboo in many places in the understanding about happiness. Because we think that happiness is just getting out, I'm happy, and the out being happy. But happiness has more to do also with the being in sync with yourself. And there is no leadership if you cannot lead your own. If you cannot own your own life, if you cannot take the responsibility for your own well-being. And happiness is about that. Happiness is the take of you being total and complete in charge of owning who you are, the authenticity of yourself, that inner peace of being within, and the tranquility of accepting that everything is what is. And it is in those moments that you create the happy place within. And I think this workshop is for leaders. This workshop is about leadership. This workshop is about understanding that I cannot take you to a new place and a new dimension if I don't put myself into that new space and new dimension. And happiness is about that, is discovering new things and that new authentic being within. And if you're able to do that, then you're able to share it also with another. So it's about you, and it's about how to take another person from where they don't know and what you know that they don't know
To know, yes. Fantastic. Fantastic, as we say in Papiamento. Now, Carla, let me turn to you now, because Happiness Infusion, and as Nancy said, it's for the corporate, because you mentioned, Nancy, great words, leader, taking, your team from one place to the other. Tell us a little bit about, don't want to give it all away because we do want them to register, and the details, how to register. You can find all of this, folks, at the end and the comments section of this video, whichever one of the social medias that you're tuning into. Nancy mentioned corporate leader. So give us some details. Who are the key persons that should be attending this if they really want to move the needle with regards to the well-being of their team? Because happy teams is always good for business. So give us a little insight. Who are the key persons that should be attending this Happiness Infusion workshop?
Yes. This workshop is for everyone that has a team. If you are leading a team, you are impacting other people in your organization, this workshop is for you. Even though if you are not in a leadership position, you are, for example, in an HR officer, an HR professional, it is also for you. Because as an HR professional, you are in the right place, in the exact place, to develop those instruments and processes that can impact the well-being of people in organization.
Yes.
And with happiness, we are doing just that. We take care of the well-being of people in organization, and what the HR people can do is to integrate those teachings that we are gonna give them during the workshop in their processes, in their instrument, in the HR tools that they are developing in the organization. So it is very important, besides leaders, that also HR professionals attend this workshop. And as Nancy said, it's like a taboo in organization, especially in corporations. Happiness is like a taboo, and I'm speaking about
a misconception that people believe that you should be happy at home, at the party, in the carnival, but you cannot be happy at work. It's like you have to shift on that.
But that's not natural. It's not natural.
Exactly.
And actually, I want to bring it this way. It's like a tool. It's the most valuable tool that you have, and it's free.
There you go.
The most valuable tool that you have, that you can impact your team to have motivated employees to keep your team thriving and obtain those results that you want. But first you need to come to the place that everyone can be themselves at work.
And I think also it's the understanding that when you are able to take the responsibility and own your own being happy for yourself, you create this positive ripple effect that you affect others because you are taking care of yourself. So now you are in that place where you're able to feel worthy, so you're able to give from that validated space within. So you give better service, better of you, and it's more productivity for the company. What happens is when people start seeing that you're in that positive vibe, you're giving more, you're taking care, you're helping one another, that creates a positive ripple effect that they're in that mode of saying, wait a minute, this is a better atmosphere. We can all be part of this better space. Now, when people feel in that better space, wherever they are, and it can be at home, it can be at work, they start to be able to communicate what lacks and what is to be bettering. Now, out of that communication, instead of putting each other down, we start looking how can we help one another because together we achieve more. So happiness is much more than just the feeling happy, but it is about creating the atmosphere and the environment within the workspace where people can thrive, where people can feel that they are able to give.
Yes. Now, I might have a question that might be a little bit segue, but still, I need to ask the question because you guys have been doing this for so many years. You're experts and professionals in the field of, let's say, happiness, but it's basically your mental well-being. And I need to ask because so many people nowadays, we see things coming and we try to prepare our people. For both of you, I'm going to start with Carla. When did you notice that, a person or an employee's or a leader's mental well-being needs to be addressed, for lack of a better word, addressed? Because you're in the field and you can see it. It's just like hurricane hunters. They can see the charts and the data and they know that, hey, we need to prepare for something that is coming. In your expertise, when did you see that, hey, we really need to address this issue of our happiness and our mental well-being in the workplace?
You said something very important. We look at the charts and the data. This is not about charts and data. It's about people, their emotions. It's about seeing how they are producing, when they are coming too late at work, when they are missing a day, when they are not coming like frequently on a Monday. On every Monday, they are missing something. They are not coming to meetings. In meetings, they are not telling anything. They keep their mouth shut. People that are used to motivate others, to talk about things, now suddenly they don't talk as much. So it's a sign. When people call in sick, a headache. Every time again, it's a headache. These are signs for you as a leader to know there's something going on. Something with emotionally with my employee it's not okay. So it's a sign or indication for you to go and talk to that person. Try to find out how I can help you. So it's an emotional sign. You need to look at how your employee normally is reacting, is acting, and to know, oh, I see something different with this person. But you need to know
Exactly
how they are.
Yes.
You need to have that connection with your employee for you to know there is something going on this time. It's not about those data. That we are so
data driven. Yes.
only about those. Nancy?
also the awareness that companies and not only companies, but if each individual starts understanding that the human capital has so much been impacted by the silencing of what really matters, then we start understanding that as human beings, we need to start loving ourselves better, respecting ourselves better, understanding that we are the ones that need to validate ourselves. And then from that understanding, getting into the realm that if you take care of you, you take care of you, I take care of me, together we are creating a ripple effect that all of us, the sum of all of us becomes the sum of the family, becomes the sum of the corporate, becomes the sum of that community, and that becomes the sum of the world. And the pandemic has shown us that in a month, everything can be gone, and lives that were validated, appreciated, are just lost. But it showed us also the other side, and that is that how valuable each one of us is, and how different each one of us are, and how much each one of us has to bring to the table. So if we start taking care of ourselves, then we can take care of the other one. And leadership, being in charge of a team, being in charge of other people, wherever you are in the community, means that you are helping them by leading them because you're helping yourself.
Yeah.
And that understanding is a fact that we need to start working on, not only in the community work, but also in the corporate world, because that's where most people spend
Most of the time.
yeah. So it is a fact that you will have as company if you only want them to produce instead of understanding that a better person can give a better everything.
Yes.
And that understanding, if we can start implementing it, because I think that since the pandemic, the awareness has been more.
Yeah.
But now what do we need to do with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we know it, but how we're gonna implement it to get better results?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. No. Sold. So in case you missed where you can, because no, I'm telling you, a lot of people, they read the comments first and then they go. So that's why we're putting the information in the comments. But I'd really love for you guys to personally give the logistics, the dates, because as I mentioned in the intro, it is on the 29th of May. So you know that's a date, mark your calendar. But I'm going to let the two precious and very professional ladies invite you to this. So again, Carla, I'm going to start with you because you're closest. We want to invite all leaders, HR professionals, if you really want to make the change that you were looking for so long, but you didn't know how, that change in your organization, in your team, to have a thriving team, motivated employees, and like Nancy said before, the pandemic has made us very much aware of the value of our employees. When the pandemic has hit, those offices were empty.
Yeah.
There was no productivity, and the only ones who could make up that productivity are the employees. And corporations, they are aware of that, but they don't know exactly how to get that people motivated and to help them and begin to recover from all the effects also from the pandemic.
True.
And to get that well-being environment that you want in the workplace. So I invite everyone who work with people, you are a leader, you have a team, you want to have that change, we invite you to be in our workshop on the 29th of May from 8:30 to 5 o'clock at Apoya's Fun and Wellness. Nancy?
Well, from the bottom of my heart, I want to invite you to, if you are a supervisor, a manager, a leader, you have people that are together with you, working for a cause. And it can be wherever you are in the community and the corporate world, but you are in that position where you are impactful to others. We definitely want you to be here, to be infused with happiness personally, so you find your own authentic happy place, and out of that happy place, out of that powerful greatness that you have within, learn how you can use tools that we're going to be giving to you, and they're very fun, usable tools that you can use in the day-to-day, so you can be of positive impact on your staff, on your team, in your surroundings, and you will see how much this will benefit you and how easily leadership will go for you. And you understand that leadership has everything to do with being in your authentic spot and influencing out of that center. So we definitely encourage you to be there on May 29th, and it's going to be an Akoya Spa and Wellness. It's going to be a fun, packed moment, and just come comfortably.
Yes.
Connection with you. So that's what it's about.
Fantastic.
That's what leadership is also about. And we want to give as much people possible the chance to understand also that it's not only here on the island that it's happening with it. Some movement internationally.
Yes.
We just came from an international conference where so much was seen and was shown of how when you take care of yourself, you can be a positive impact for others.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now I take this as an open invitation for another sit down with these two ladies, Carla and Nancy, because I want to hear about this international happiness conference that they went to, but all in due time, because during this interview and the invitation is about the Happiness Infusion Conference. As we mentioned, all of the information, the QR codes, the WhatsApp numbers, everything, as we say, turcos, will be at the bottom of this video or in the comments, whichever one of the social medias platforms that you are watching this video. And of course, the invitation is to register, call, ask a lot of questions, and then you would know if it's really a fit. So be curious and continue to seek out information with regards to Happiness Infusion on the 29th of May here at the beautiful Koya Spa and Resort. It's a beautiful place, and thank you for having me to sit down with you, both of you. Carla, Nancy, thank you so much. And the invitation remains, because I want to find out about that conference. My name is Meritza. Yes, for sure. My name is Meritza Hakmat, and it's been a pleasure to have your attention for these minutes for the Happiness Infusion information. See you next time. Bye.